Hi guys, so now for TikTok, I'm going to be getting off at 9 p.m. starting to read books. This is a Judy Blume book called Summer Sisters. I'm just going to read you what it's about because I might read some in my live. In the summer of 1977, Victoria Leonard's world changes forever when Caitlin Somers chooses her friend, dazzling, reckless Caitlin welcomes Vix into the heart of her sprawling, eccentric family, opening doors to the world of an unimaginable privilege, sweeping her away to vacations on Martha's Vineyard, an enchanting island where two friends become summer sisters. Now, years later, Vix is working in New York City. Caitlin is getting married on the vineyard, and the early magic of their long, complicated friendship has faded. But Caitlin begs Vix to come to her wedding to be her maid of honor, and Vix knows that she will go because she wants to understand what happened during the last shattering summer. And after all these years, she needs to know why her best friend, her summer sister, still has the power to break her heart. An exceptionally moving story that can leave reader laughing and crying sometimes at the same time. Blume creates a rich tapestry of characters. Blume's characters still tend to, however, after the book to set aside, she catches perfectly the well-armored love between longtime female friends. So I'm really excited to read this book. If you like Judy Blume and you read it as a kid, you read her books as a kid, like Freckle Juice and things like that, this would probably be a really good read for you. This is my first adult book that I'm ever reading because I am like a young adult reader because I never read books when I was little. So I'm really excited. I might read you a little bit of the book if that's okay. One chapter. Let's try to start it anyway. It's called Summer Sisters by Judy Blume. Do we read the prologue? Should we read the prologue? I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, it's really hot. I'm sorry. Okay, prologue. Summer 1990. The city is broiling in an early summer heat wave for the third day in a row. Victoria buys a salad from the Korean market around the corner and has lunch at her desk. Her roommate Maya tells her she's risking her life to eat from a salad bar. If the bacteria don't get you, the preservatives will. Victoria considers that this is the chomps as she chomps on carrots and scribbled notes into herself an upcoming meeting with a client who's looking for a PR firm with an edge. Everyone wants the edge these days, you tell them. It's edgy. They love it. When the phone rings, she grabs it, expecting a call from the segment producer at Regis and Kathy Lee. This is Victoria Leonard, she says, sounding solid and professional. Vix. She's surprised to hear Caitlin's voice on the other end and worries for a minute. It's bad news because Caitlin calls only at night, usually late often waking her from a deep sleep. Besides, it's been a couple of months since they've talked at all. You have to come up, Caitlin says. She's using one of the words is not there. Okay. Breathy princess voice, the one she's picked up in Europe, halfway between Jackie O's and Princess Di's. I'm getting married at Lamb's house on the vineyard. Married? Yes, and you have to be my maid of honor. It's only appropriate, don't you think? I guess it depends on who you're marrying. Bruh, Caitlin answers, and suddenly she sounds like herself again. I'm marrying Brew. I thought you knew. Victoria forces herself to swallow, to breathe, but she feels clammy and weak anyway. She grabs the cold can of Diet Coke from the corner of her desk and holds it against her forehead, then moves it to her neck. As she jots down the date and time of the wedding, she doodles all around it while Caitlin chats until the whole package is filled with arrows, crescent moons, triangles, as if she's back in the 6th grade. Vix, Caitlin says, are you still there? Do we have a bad connection or what? No, it's okay. So you'll come? Yes. The second she hangs up, she makes a mad dash for the women's room where she pukes her guts out in the stall. She has to call Caitlin back, tell her there is no way she can do this. What can Caitlin be thinking? What was she thinking when she agreed? 4 weeks later, Caitlin, her hair flying in the wind, meets Victoria at the tiny vineyard airport. Victoria is the last one to step out of the commuter from LaGuardia. She spotted Caitlin from her window as soon as they landed, but felt glued to her seat. It's been more than 2 years since they've seen each other. and 3 since Victoria graduated from college and got caught up in real life, a job with just 2 weeks vacation a year. No money to fly around. Bummer, as Lamb would say when they were kids. On to Nantucket with us? The flight attendant asked. And suddenly Victoria realizes she's the only passenger still on the plane. Embarrassed, she grabs her bag and hustles down the steps on the tarmac. Caitlin finds her in the crowd and waves frantically. Victoria heads toward her, shaking her head because Caitlin is wearing a t-shirt that says "Simplify, Simplify, Simplify." She's barefoot as usual, and Victoria is betting her feet will be as dirty as they were that first summer. Caitlin holds her arm length for a minute. "God, Vic," she says, "you look so grown up." They both laugh. Then Caitlin hugs her. She smells of seawater, suntan lotion, and something else. Victoria closes her eyes, breathing in the familiar scent. And for a moment, it's as if they were never been apart. They're still Vixen and Cassandra Summers, sisters forever. The rest is a mistake, a crazy joke. So that's the start of my book, and it's definitely a book that I'm excited to read. It's called Summer Sisters. Check it out.